The following program you are about to watch is being brought to you today by the Groovy Lady Biker Group, the Falling Rock Foundation, and the following YouTube subscribers. Like you, please subscribe to their YouTube channels if you haven't already, and smash the bell. Thank you for subscribing and supporting Riders for Christ YouTube channel, truly and always.
Hey guys, I'm Chris. Welcome back to my channel, Riders for Christ. Really glad that you're here watching my video. I'm gonna take a little long road trip this time. I'm gonna run on down to Richmond, Kentucky. Probably take the interstate. They're looking at a good 15 or 20% chance of rain. It's going to rain sometime this afternoon, so I'd like to try to make a quick trip on down there if I can, and on the way back. Take you on a little extra journey with me, see a little bit more Kentucky. I'm also testing out some other audio options on this camera, other video options. I'm going to be doing this video in 2K just to see what happens, see what it looks like, see how the audio sounds. I noticed on some of my earlier videos I've been doing, the audio didn't turn out quite so great, so I did what I could with it to improve it. So we'll see how that all works out. If it looks better, sounds better, I may keep on doing future videos in that way. I kind of figured maybe 1080i would be just as fine, but if 2K works and looks just a bit better, I'll try that. It's a little windy, a little breezy today because we got that cold front moving in. It's going to be cool or cooler and rainy for the next several days, maybe into next week. So this might be the last opportunity I'm going to have for a while to try and get some content recorded. Give you a chance to listen to more of that Harley exhaust. Yeah, it's all about that deceleration, as Shade Tree Surgeon likes to say. Although his bike, I'm sure, would blow this one out of the water as far as sound goes. But mine's plenty loud. I mean, mine's loud enough. That's all I care about. It's plenty loud enough for me. There is a point where it gets to be too loud, and I don't really care for that. I don't like it when it's too loud, because then it gets to be obnoxious and tends to give me a headache, and I don't care for that either. I don't want to be, you know, making anyone all upset with the extra loud sound of my bike. This Harley is plenty loud enough as it is with the Vance and Hines pipes on it. So I got my GoPro 7 Hero Black. I got the battery put back in it. It's also running off the battery pack. So we should be able to make an extra long video. I don't know if I'm going to be editing much of this out. That was my thing, was I didn't want to be editing it out, a lot of it, and I was hoping I could try to keep as much as I can, have you keep watching longer. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some things I'll take out where nothing, or a whole lot of, you know, not a whole lot of anything's happening. I could edit that part out. But as far as when I'm running around here, getting a nice view of all of the Kentucky scenery, so I like to try to keep all of that much as I'm able to. So it's a little breezy right now. It's going to be probably a lot windier out there on the interstate. We'll see how the sound does. It seems like when it gets to be really windy or breezy enough, it kind of buffs up into the helmet, and then the audio starts kind of cutting out a little bit, and you hear a little bit of a little crackle or something like that. I'm not sure if that's just the GoPro or just the wind is making it, you know, make the audio peak out or distort it a little bit, makes it kind of crackle, pop a little bit. I'm going to try to do some audio options, try and see if I can have that not happen so much. So I thought we got quite a bit of long riding to do. I'm going to try to see if we can get it done before the rain gets here. This is my first time in at least a good 10, maybe 11 years since I last been on the interstate with my Harley. So this would be a new experience for me. Well, at least new for a long time. I'm not going to be probably going terribly fast on the interstate. Not like I really need to. Not supposed to be out here anyway with this whole quarantine thing. And that's the whole quarantine thing is something I don't really want to get into a lot. I don't want to be mentioning that a lot or dwelling all on it like some of the motor vloggers have done. I do admit and realize, understand that I'm not supposed to be out here, I'm supposed to be home. And actually normally I would be. Normally I would be home. I'd be home right now today, but the weather says it's going to be cooler and windy and rainy for a good while. So I thought, well, it's going to be the last day or last opportunity I'm going to have to try and get some content going for my new channel. So I want to try and get that in. So I got enough to upload for a while. Plenty windy, all right. Probably don't want to be going too fast anyway. Let's see. Maybe now you can hear me a bit better. It's not quite so windy like a hurricane. So there's a Lowe's truck stop on the right. Head on in there, grab my liquid vitamins, and maybe top off with some gas just to see how well it did, and head on back towards Lexington. Oh, of course I went in the wrong way. Oops. Oh well. That's gonna happen. Like I said, I drove trucks for 18 and a half years, so all I know is going this way where the trucks go on in. Usually I forget to go in where the cars go, but that's alright. You get to see where all the trucks are all camped out in here. I just can't see myself anymore being packed into a truck stop and you're sitting. That's okay. I'll just go on around. I think I can do that. I'm gonna try it and see. I want to go over where the car parking lot is at. Well, of course, you know, that's what happens when you get to be chit-chatting, talking, and not paying a whole lot of attention to the driveway I'm supposed to go into. I need to get on over to the other side anyways where the cars are so I can top off with some gas. That would be kind of a good way to gauge what the highway miles per gallon is. When I get back to Lexington, there's that Walmart gas station. I filled it before. Yeah, I still get that strong breeze, a little strong wind from the west, so it's going to be probably just as windy heading back north, but maybe, hopefully, won't be quite so loud through the microphone. It just anytime I see trucks out driving, or seeing a bunch of trucks all camped out at a truck stop or rest area, I feel really exhausted. I get so tired, you know, 'cause I just know how tiring and exhausting it is. And then you're sitting at a truck stop or rest area for a long period of time, and there's things you normally would want to do at the house, but well, you can't because you're not there. And you might have a laptop or something like that, but then there's only so much you can do with that from where you're at. And I bought some extra powerful magnets from a Harley to try to see if it would help to switch out the stoplight. I don't know if those are working or not. It's hard to tell. I haven't really tested it out quite all the way. So I'll be editing this out, cutting this part of it out, and get my vitamins, and we'll top off some gas.
Is that, was you the one that called about this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Used it? You like
Yeah,
it? You like it?
I've been drinking this for ages. I
Have
mean,
you?
I lost
You
I
like
don't
it pretty good?
I lost track how long I've been drinking it. Like every day.
Do you just do the cap full?
Yeah, yeah. Like usually in the morning.
Uh-huh.
In the morning, usually if like early in the morning you wake up, a whole full cap full. Then like maybe about noontime, early afternoon, if you're like getting all just like maybe half,
So it does work good.
like half or quarter. It gives you, it builds up your immune system too.
Oh.
That's probably why I'm not sick yet.
Yeah.
But I can pay out there at the pump, right? Get some gas.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you.
You have a good day.
All right, thanks. Okay, so I only put in half a gallon of gas, and that was right at 19 and a half miles. So that's pretty good. We'll see how it does heading on back to Lexington. So it might do better than I thought for highway riding. Doesn't seem to take much for the engine to cool down, as once the engine cools down just a little bit, the RPMs go on up to try to warm it up once again, probably for fuel economy, I would guess. It has settled back down now. So So this is good, where I may have mentioned in a previous video about at one point I was getting close to wanting to make some you know, moto vlogs, and every once in a while I'll ride my Harley on over to the school bus garage where I'm currently employed at, and I had a check engine light and a little battery indicator light come on, and I did some things. I thought I had it fixed, but I guess I didn't. It came back, so I eventually had to bring it on down to the dealership, have them replace the stator. That went bad, as well as replace the regulator. That also went bad. Good to see it's all charging as it should, working really good. You can listen to that exhaust. I definitely wouldn't mind riding with any of you bikers out there. If there's any moto vloggers that come on down to Kentucky or Lexington, you know, if I happen to be available and free, I'd definitely love to ride with you guys. And heading on back up the interstate, I can show you the exit to take to get on over to the Harley Davidson dealership from the interstate. It's the same exit for either direction. I can do that. have to stretch my legs or get a bit of a cramp going on. So one thing I had trouble with my first Harley was, even though I had forward controls like this one has, it wouldn't take long to get all cramped all up in my legs and my knees, and I'd have to stop somewhere and, you know, take a nice little break. Nicer without so much wind blowing all on you. The other part of it too would be anytime I'm riding the Harley, having a more comfortable seat would definitely help out with the circulation and comfort, those kinds of things. And so someday it would be nice to get a seat upgrade, like a Saddleman. I understand those are pretty popular on Harleys, especially, and other bikes. So, as I mentioned earlier, you just take north or south I-75 into Lexington, Kentucky, and then exit 108. If you're going north, you turn left. If you're going south, you turn right off of exit 108. And this is Pleasant Ridge Road, or Pleasant Ridge Drive, I should say, and Man-O-War. And you just turn left at this light. Get into the left lane when you can. Can't do it right now. Turn down this road, which is Bryant Road. Someday, I don't know. I've always been curious about Indians, but I've always preferred and liked Harleys better. But I never tried an Indian motorcycle either. I've heard different things, good and bad, about it. I don't know, just may have to try it out for myself someday. I'm all for trying out different brands, different bikes. Doesn't mean I can buy one. I mean, I can barely afford this current Harley. I can barely afford this current bike as it is. So I definitely wouldn't be able to afford anything, but I can try it out if the opportunity presents itself. You know, I could do some videos on different bikes like that. You know, different reviews, that kind of thing, get you an idea. They're not open today. They're closed from that whole virus thing. I was gonna say I can go on in there and buy a t-shirt real quick, but I can always do that another time, another day. I'm currently wearing a Harley t-shirt right now. That promotes the dealership here. You just can't see it because I don't have another camera right now. But yeah, they're gonna be closed for a few more weeks or so. At some point, sometime I'll take a good Harley ride around Lexington, Kentucky, maybe run through downtown. At some point later, I could maybe run the bike on down to nearby towns like Lancaster, Danville, places like that. So now I'm kind of sitting at an idle where that RPM gauge is sitting pretty steady. So I'm not sure why that jumps around like it does oftentimes. Maybe it's, I don't know. Anyway, no big deal. I do know that the light in this tachometer is not working. I tried checking it out and there's no power going to the light circuit. So I don't know why that is. If it's something to do with the wiring I installed, because although I went through it at least 2 or 3 times, it's either that or something inside the tachometer is not making the light circuit work. But I mostly typically ride during the day anyway. I don't ride in the dark or ride at night. I did used to ride at night a few times with my first Harley, the 06 Sportster 1200 low. I rode at night a few times. I didn't care for it too much because it was just, you couldn't, even with the headlight on high beam, you really couldn't see very well as to where you were going or what was going to be happening ahead of you or anything like that. So I didn't really care for that too much. I thought, well, maybe it's better I'll ride during the daytime hours. like I mentioned earlier, once I get the second camera set up, I can try that out. Then I can start showing off some of the merch. Then I'll start wearing Jess's t-shirt from her Two Wheels. I did go on over to Shade Tree Surgeon's site for his t-shirts. He's got one I like, but he's sold all out of everything. I wear an extra large, and he sold out of the he sold all out of the sizes except for small. So I need to give that a while for him to restock, and then I can buy one from him. I'll put that on one of my videos, and then I'll look around to see what other motor vloggers have merch and t-shirts I could wear during my videos. I switch them all out. Wear different t-shirts from different motor vloggers as I make videos. And other times I may not wear any particular t-shirt from a motor vlogger. I'll just wear one of my Harley t-shirts too. I'll just kind of switch it all around, switch it through. $1.33 for gas, and I'm all for that. I haven't seen that in I don't remember how long. At least maybe the very late 80s, very early 90s, somewhere in there. And I thought even back then that was an atrocious amount of money. $17 and a half miles, so we'll see how much gas that took on the highway. Yeah, I wasn't not even close to being a half gallon, so I wonder what that would work out to be on fuel economy. I don't know if I've done that right. 17.4 miles divided by 0.3, 58 miles a gallon. I don't know if that makes sense. If I'm even doing that right. So currently I'm right at 167 miles since I bought the Harley. That's how many miles I put on it since I bought it from the dealership. I wanted to purposely know how many miles I'll put on it since I owned it. Yeah, it was such a long while ago with my first Harley, my 06 Sportster. That was the last of the carbureted models, and I had the Cooney racing carburetor on it, and I had the mixture straight and perfect. And but I can't remember. I thought I had it. I thought it was right like 50 something, like maybe right about 50 miles a gallon, something like that, or 50, right about 50 miles a gallon, 48, 49, 50 miles a gallon. I can't remember, it's too long ago. But with this being fuel injection, the fuel economy would be, I would guess, quite a bit better. However, this is still a stage 1 upgrade with a computer with Advanced Hines pipes, so I was expecting the fuel economy to not be near so good. But if I did the math right, at least for highway, that's pretty good. It's right about 57, 60 miles a gallon. Even with all of that strong wind. As you can tell with the scenery I showed today so far, Kentucky is really, really pretty, especially in the spring and summer months, fall too. And it typically is a mild climate. We do get our share of cold and snow. Usually, when it does snow, it's usually when it's coldest, like January, February. After that, it's just mostly rain. It does snow here, but not all that often. It's like maybe a few inches, and very, very rarely it might maybe snow a good 6 to 8 inches, or maybe almost a foot. That only happened just a few times in the whole many years I've been here. But usually it's usually in the 40s or 50s and rainy. Just remembered something I was wanting to pick up at Meyer. I'll head on over that way. It's either that, or I could probably turn around and head back to Walmart. But I don't know. It's probably going to be cheaper at Walmart. Do like hanging out with any motovloggers out there on YouTube. If anyone's out this way, near around Kentucky or Lexington, I'd be more than happy to ride with anyone, hang out for a while. It is a lot more fun out on a group than just by myself. I'm on one of those sensors now. I don't know if the light will pick it up. Yeah, well, of course, maybe that car in front of me triggered it too. it is nice just, you know, shooting video, even though I don't have a lot to say, or maybe I can't think of something to say. But I'll take any questions. If you have any, you know, questions for me down below in the comments, I can take those and answer them as I go on my next videos. This right now, I'm sure there's lots of things I could say or talk about. I just can't think of anything right now at the moment comes to mind. But if anyone's out there interested in riding motorcycles, it's really not all that hard. You just take a few safety courses, get the basics. And just do nice easy cruising around town, kind of like what I'm doing. Next thing you know, you're really enjoying it and you're building up experience too. So anyone, just about anyone, get on a motorcycle of some kind and learn how to ride and be really, really professional and proficient at it. I always like being seen. I tend to cruise right around the shopping centers like that where you got a lot of people so they can all check out the bike. Riding Harleys is cool. Listen to that idle thump. Although the problem is, it's not a really good place to park. I got my items I needed out of Walmart and start heading back home. I'm sure it won't be long before the rain gets here and thunderstorms and cooler temperatures. I was kind of hoping I'd see a lot more bikers out by now, taking advantage of the nice warm weather, but that's okay. I felt pretty left out the last few days. I did stay at the house. I didn't go anywhere. I wanted to, but I really didn't have any place to go, and I knew I was supposed to stay inside, and I was staying busy with my projects on the computer. So even though I was hearing motorcyclists and other Harley riders up and down the road near my house the last few days, I kind of felt left out, but now I'm out here now and I'm the only one. I'm still running off the little battery pack I have in my pocket, and the battery is inside the GoPro. And it's still charging. It's still charging. The battery is not taken away from the other battery in the camera. It's still at 94%, staying charged. I mean, so I could easily take hours-long videos on a one battery charge, because the camera, I'm finding out, doesn't really take much power at all. Got around to doing an actual long trip to some Harley rally, or with a group of other bikers out over the road, I could make a whole long video all about that without having to worry about changing out batteries necessarily. I'm sure the battery pack will need to be charged eventually, but so far, with the capacity that it has and the GoPro not taking a whole lot of extra needed battery power, I only have just the bare basics turned on. I got a lot of the extra stuff turned off, but now at the moment, I could definitely make a good lengthy video out of something I'll be going on someday. Hopefully these videos have been helpful to some of you who want to do some motor vlogging with a GoPro, but always having the concerns about battery life, and those are one of my concerns too. So I was wanting to do some experiments with the external battery pack that I have, I'm sure a lot of people out there have questions about that. Getting to be near my house, so I'll be wrapping up this video. It's still awfully windy out. I don't know how bad my sound and audio is with all of this extra wind blowing into the microphone and into the helmet, but I'll try to see what I can do with it. If it's really bad, try to make some improvements. But I still appreciate you being with me, hanging out with me here on the Harley all day today. Hope you found some things out, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Also, give me a like and subscribe to my channel too, please.